Hey frugal foodies, welcome back. So today we're gonna be trying stone fruit. Let's see what we got. All right guys, so these are some of the stone fruits we're gonna be trying today. We have an emerald butte plumquat.
Which is this guy?
This first one right here.
Heard. Okay.
We have a regular plum.
Okay.
We have a nectarpie nectarine.
What the? Show me it. That is like a pie.
We have a sugar plum prune.
Okay.
Next, a yellow nectarine. A apricot. And a Lorian peach.
Nice. Damn. Look at the cake on that.
Hey, welcome back, frugal foodies. Here we have Chef Tattoo with us, me, Ralph. We're the cocineros. So today we are gonna be trying out different stone fruits.
Stone fruit or stoned fruit?
No, stone fruit. So these are all called stone fruit because the pit in the center kind of looks like a rock or a stone. And also all of these grow on trees. That's another characteristic of a stone fruit. One that we do not have here that's a very well-known one is a cherry. A cherry is also considered a stone fruit. Okay. You have that little pit in the middle. And that the easiest way to remember is that the pit looks like a rock. And that's why all of these are considered stone fruit.
That's cool. That's a real good easy way.
Cool.
But what's the difference between that and like an avocado pit?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna look that one up.
There you go. All right, so the first one.
All right, so this first one, it's called a emerald butte plumquat. So according to the internets, it's firm, crisp, and sweet. And as it gets more ripe, it doesn't soften. So it's gonna keep its texture.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So normally, you know, with a lot of fruit, as it ripens even more, it tends to soften up. This one says it doesn't, so we'll see what happens.
Is there a proper way of cutting stone fruit?
So the way I usually do it is similar to an avocado. I'll start at the top, as you saw. I rolled it, and then I'll twist it.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
So there you go.
Nice.
Let's cut this in half. Let's give it a taste. So,
it's real like yellow. And it is firm.
Yeah. Out of everything here, I think the plum is the only thing I've ever tried. So I've never tried any of these.
That is really good.
It's got good tartness. It's not too tart. It's got a nice sweetness. And the bite is almost like you're biting into an apple.
I was going to say that. It's firm. Like when you have a plum or a peach, they're not, the texture isn't as like this. This is real dense.
Mm-hmm.
That is really good. It's real juicy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Is this the one from the Carolinas or no?
No, that's going to be the...
This one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good. Plumquat, right?
Yes, emerald butte plumquat.
Well, that's good. So we went to the local grocery store here in San Antonio, and we just went looking for stone fruit, grabbed what they did have, you know, and, you know, maybe you have it at your grocery store, maybe you don't, but we find this is the easiest way to see what we like and what we don't like.
Yeah, so...
Man, look at that.
Here we have a standard plum.
That's really red.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
So these, of course, the skin, you guys know, it's very tart. But then you have the counter of the super sweet flesh. It seems to balance very nice.
This is real tart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you ever had like so much tart stuff, like you feel like you get a sore in your tongue?
Yeah.
Or is that from doing other things?
I don't know what you're into. No, but yeah, you get the tartness, you get right back here. Mm-hmm. But luckily the sweetness comes through. So like we said, the flesh is a little softer on this. Mm-hmm. It's a plum. It's not as firm as this one. It's good. It's a plum.
Do you think you would be able? So a lot of people are like, oh, I buy it, but I don't want to eat it just like this. What else can you do with stone fruit besides just eating it just like this?
So typically, I mean, obviously you can make cobblers out of them if you want to bake them. They have a lot of sugar that you don't have to add too much sugar to bring them out and get that sweetness. Another thing that's real big is cutting them into slices and throwing them in a salad, because then you get some of that sweet and sour to counter with the lettuce and what other ingredients you put in there. It would go real well pairing with that vinaigrette. So those are other ways you can use them besides eating them out of your hand.
That's cool.
Cool. All right, next we have the Nectopi nectarine.
It looks like a donut.
Yes, it is also known as the U.S. donut nectarine.
That's cool.
So again, I've never had this.
I know a lot of not recent, but in the last 100 years, there are a lot of man-made fruit.
Yeah, a lot of crossbreeding.
Yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff. Is this one of them?
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
So
wow.
Another thing we didn't talk about, these two are going to be known as a free-floating stone fruit. Just basically means that the flesh comes off of the pit very easy. This is not a free-floating. As you can see, it was kind of tough taking it out. And that's the only difference. It's
Really?
It's pretty jammed in there, yeah.
I did not know that.
So you just have to work a little harder for it. It's still stone fruit. It's
free floating and what?
And just regular. You have your free floating and your regular stone
That's
fruit.
cool. Something.
All right, here goes.
That's real dense. Like no flavor.
Not really.
Right?
Yeah, it's all texture.
Yeah, it's crunchy like an apple.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot firmer than this first one.
it's real firm. But there's no flavor.
There is no flavor.
Could it be the one we picked? Is that the way they all taste?
I've never had these, so I couldn't tell you. So the description just says a good mix of sweet and sour.
I don't get any of that.
I don't get anything.
So remember, fruit depends on when it was picked. It was mature when it was picked. All that kind of stuff comes into play when you try these things. And it happens to everyone like us. We got one and it was bad. So it happens to you. Hey, you know what? Let me throw them in a salad. Like Ralph said, maybe I can make a pie out of it. Something.
Always add that extra sugar. If it's not sweet, you can add that sugar.
Or you could add sugar, cook it down, add it to pancakes.
Yeah.
Anything like that just doesn't go to waste. So next.
Next, it is a sugar plum prune.
Prunes.
Yes. So, according to what we found, it's a sugar plum prune, also known as the Italian plum. So it's ideal for making prunes because of the high sugar content.
That's cool.
So,
all right.
Let's see.
That's so gnarly though. Look how little that dude is.
Yeah.
It looks like a big grape.
Yeah, it does.
All right. That is on the sweeter side. There's no flavor either though.
Not really.
Like you eat it and you're like, oh, it tastes like a peach with no flavor. Like when you get like a bland peach.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it tastes like. Like there's no flavor. That texture's real soft too,
it's a texture kind of like a grape, like you said. And yeah, it kind of has that translucent like a grape does. It really does look like an oversized grape.
It doesn't have any flavor though.
Not really.
That's two of them now. So it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
So next
we got our yellow nectarine.
We got our one yeller. This is a yellow nectarine?
Yes.
Right. Money. Sounds crunchy. It's so vibrant, right? Like the
super. The contrast though is crazy.
And this is the white nectarine.
Yellow
nectarine. Wow.
So, just by tasting it and that bite, I almost feel like it's not ripe yet because it came off kind of dry.
Yeah.
Almost like a quince.
But it's crazy because they have to when they pull fruit, they have to pull it before it's matured, so it gets to the store in time for consumers to buy it, so it could be great, right? So a lot of times it's like this one, it's not mature at all. And like you said, like I've had this before, and they're usually sweet.
Yeah, you can tell there's hints of sweetness,
but it's not.
It needs longer.
It's crunchy like an apple.
Yeah, it's very crunchy. It's very dry. It just needs more time.
Is there a way to tell, like when you're picking them, or not really?
Nectarines, I don't think so, because they're pretty firm. But like your plums, you always get the soft. The peaches as well.
Softer.
Yeah, but those are going to be your more common stone fruit that you see every day, so you know what you're looking for. Like this donut one or this sugar plum, I really haven't had too much
experience.
Yeah, so I really couldn't tell what you're looking for. But yeah, like your regular peach or plum,
on the softer side.
You'll know what you're looking for.
Heard. This one?
Apricot. So yeah.
With all that cake.
Get your mind out of the gutter. So apricots, I haven't had fresh like this.
I usually have them dry.
I've always had dry. They're really good. Like you see, this pit just immediately comes out.
It's like a Chinese candy.
Yeah. So let's see how this one is.
I want some good fruit.
Let's see if we got any luck with this one.
That one's good. It's bitter, right?
It's real bitter. It's real tart. You get the sweetness at the end.
Yeah. I can see why I've only had them candy before. Well, that's good though.
You get those slight hints of flavor that you get when they're dry. When they're dry, they're real sweet. You can kind of pick up on it here, but I mean, you're drying it out, so you're drawing out all that moisture and you're intensifying the sugar that's there. So
that makes sense.
I can see how they're a lot sweeter when they're dry.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
no, more flavor than these other guys.
Yeah. Okay, so this last one, this is a Lorian peach. They're hand picked at Titan Farms in South Carolina. So they take very good care of these. There's no machine involvement in picking these, any of that stuff. It's all hand produced. And according to their website, it's a perfect balance of sweet and tart with a little twang.
We looked it up. We saw their farms, and for 3 pounds, they said it for $60. We got this the guy for like $1.
Yeah.
At our local supermarket.
How much were all these?
Altogether, we spent $9.
Was it 9?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Whole lot of peaches, peaches for me. Who sings that song?
The presidents of the United States of America. Of course, I would know that.
I don't know why. That's different. That's weird, right? Like, I don't know what to expect. It's not sweet though. It's not mature.
It's not like a Texas peach.
No, a Fredericksburg peach.
Fredericksburg.
But like, I can see this like when it's matured. It's juicy.
That it is.
It is juicy.
So you can see little spots where it's starting to mature and it's starting to get soft. But then you can also see the rest of it still pretty firm. See, there's these sweet spots right here.
It's good.
I'm sure when it's fully ripe, it's a pretty good peach.
So there you go. You're out and about, you go to the grocery store. Hey, I want to include some fruit in my life. Stone fruit's the way to go. Everyone's palate is different, so maybe you don't like it, maybe you do.
Yeah, these are our opinions.
Yeah. And, you know, it's always good to try new things while you're out there. Once again, thank you for joining us with the Frugal Foodies, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.